Recently, I picked up over 500 Silver Mercury Dimes from my silver dealer. Let's sort through them and see if we have any great ones. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure and welcome back to the channel. We have 545 Silver Mercury Dimes that my dealer recently got or acquired over the last couple of weeks. And yeah, he said if I wanted them, I could have them. I told him I was low on Merc Dimes. I asked for all that he had, and he said he had a bag of 545 of them. Now, what typically happens is he buys pieces of silver from people, and that's why you see these crossed off numbers. This bag has been getting larger and larger, and 5450 is where it was at when I came to buy it. And so yeah, we're gonna go through it, see if we get lucky, see if we get any of the varieties. Obviously, if you're new to Mercury Dimes, there's a couple of varieties you want to look for. One is the 42/41 over date, and there's a couple of those, one being from Philly, one being from Denver. Odd that they both did that. We'll be looking for a 45S Micro S if we can get lucky. And then any better condition dimes or any of the better dates. And of course, any of the key dates like the 1921s or the 1916 Denver. Now, I don't expect to find any of that in here, but it'd be nice to have a pretty good assortment of them. And if we get lucky, some nice ones. Let me dump out the bag. We'll take a look at it together on the mat, and then we'll begin the sort. Holy cow. 545 Mercury Dimes. This is going to take a while. What I'm going to do is instead of putting them by all year and mint first, I think what I'll do is I'll put the teens, 20s, 30s, and 40s in perspective bins. And then I'll probably take out all of the 42s, inspect all the 45s, and see if we have any great dates. Now, I'll tell you now, I'm not going to look at the back of any of the 1916s. We'll save that for the end. And of course, if I see a 1921 as I'm sorting it, I'll definitely let you know. Wish me luck. I'll be back when the sort is done or if I happen to find a better date. An eternity later. All right, we have got the sort done. A couple of things to cover. These are the 16s, 17s, 18s, and 19s. I just stacked them on top like that just so we could have the teens separated from the 20s. That's all the 20s. There was no 1921s in the bunch. There were a handful of 26s, which I will double check to see if any of those had the DRS mint marks. Those are a little more rare. These are the 30s. These are the 40s. These are the 42s. There's probably P's, D's, and S's in here. I got to take out the S's, but honestly, by the time I take out the coins and look at the mint marks, it's quicker just to put them under the scope at the date to see if I have the 42P or the 42D, 42/41 that I talked about earlier. So I got to check those. As far as the 45s, I already flipped over all the 45s as I was sorting them. Figured I'd just knock that out. We did not have any micro S's this time. Kind of surprised because there was a lot of 1945s in here. And typically I find with 500 plus Merc Dimes, one micro S, but we did not find any. These are a couple of the nicer looking coins. This one might have been cleaned, but it's still a pretty nice 1944 Denver. And then this is a pretty nice, also 1944. This looks original. It's a Philly. It does not have full bands on the back. I have a video about full steps, full bell lines, full bands. I'll put it in the top here for you guys to check out. But anyway, this looks original and it's probably a high AU, maybe a low mint state. This coin appears to be a clipped planchet. But it's hard to tell if it's been clipped or snipped by the mint or post mint. It doesn't have the typical damage on it, but also typically, not on all of them, but if you have a clipped planchet, the exactly 180 degrees from where the clip is, you would have what's known as the Blakesley effect. The Blakesley effect, is when the die fails to make good contact with the other rim of the planchet and it looks weak or flattened there. And I don't see any flaw in the design on that side. Maybe a little bit at this angle, but typically directly across from it, you would see flattening or weak design elements. And I don't see that. And that's not a 100% prerequisite of all clip planchets, but it's pretty much on most of them. I went ahead and scoped it. And that's why I thought it could be snipped post-mint, but the rest of the design on both sides is not damaged in any way, really. So if that was a snip job, man, that was a sharp tool. Either way, I'll keep it aside. I'm going to call it a clip planchet for now, but I'm not 100% sure. That was a big recap of pretty much nothing that valuable yet. We'll flip the 16s at the end here. I'll put all these in PDNS order when we do that. But for now, I'm going to run through the 26s, see if we have any better dates, and then I'll run through the 42s and see if we have any of those overdates. Let me do both of those now. If I find something, I'll bring it back. If not, I'll bring it back with the bad news. Well, I am back with bad news. No overdates, no better dates in the 26s, and I failed to mention it in the last clip. We did not have any 1931 dimes as well. Those have lower mintages, and they are worth a little bit more than regular Merc dimes. And no 1930s. 1934s, yes, but no 31s or 30s in the Merc dimes either. I had to rerun through them just to double check because I forgot about the 31s, and there was not. That being said, it's a tough hunt so far. Nothing really that fancy schmancy. The best is the potential clip and the original 1944 Philly that's in decent shape. Now, since we're here, we only have 3 of them. Are any of these 1916s a Denver or even a San Francisco? 1916, and that's going to be a Philly. 1916, we might not even see the mint mark area on this one. I don't see it, but the Denver mint mark is visible no matter what condition it is in. And that's just going to be damage. I know it looks like the top of the D there, but that doesn't look right. So that's probably just damage. There could be something there, but I don't think so. I think it's just my eyes playing tricks on me. Yeah, 1916 Philly on that one. And looks like another 1916 Philly. It is. All right, so we've got 3 16Ps, of course. Let me go ahead and quickly get these sorted to see if we have any DRSs in the 17, 18, 19 years, and then I'll be back with my findings. All right, I am back. Fortunately, we did have some PDNS mint marks on all 3 of the next years after 1916, which is not uncommon when you buy collections like this. We didn't get anything very valuable, but we did get some pretty worn coins. And yeah, could have been pulled out of a book. Could have been someone's just surplus Mercury dimes. Either way, it was a tough hunt. When you buy coins like this, you got to expect outcomes like this. Yes, we've scored some good outcomes in recent purchases and in purchases in the past, but sometimes they just don't work out. Worst case scenario, though, is I got a bunch of fractional silver right here for my stack, and that always makes me happy as well. I know it was a tough hunt, but despite it being a tough hunt, hopefully you guys enjoyed it. If you did, you know, I certainly would appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching.